Hi, welcome to this episode. In this episode, we are going to be talking about how to manage your class. So it is all about class management. First things first, again, before you manage the class management, you must ensure that you are using an admin or super admin account. Okay, so quickly let me enlarge or zoom in my screen. All right, so I'll just click on the button to zoom it this way. All right, quickly you can see that I am logged in as a super admin, and then I'll scroll down on my sidebar. You will see that I am going to be clicking on the manage class management. Okay, look at it here. Just click on it, and once you've done that, you'll be able to be loaded into the class management platform. All right, so once that is done, you will see the class management platform, and I'm going to zoom in so that we can see exactly what is going on here. You can see we have the class distribution from preschool, playgroup, nursery, primaries, and JSS classes and SS classes, and of course the alumni. Okay, so usually you will use class management at the beginning of every session, most likely beginning of first term of every session. You can use it any other time, okay, but most importantly you can use this during the beginning of any session. Now take note of something. Before you begin to move your students to the next class, please ensure that the session for that new session has been created. That is, I will quickly show you from the sidebar. On the sidebar, you will see the create new session. You can see reload new session. Click on the load new session. I'm going to open it on the new tab so you can see exactly what is there. So if that loads up, you will see something like this. Okay, so you can see that this is 2025-2026 section, and that was done on the August of 2025. Of course, we know that August, September is the beginning of the new session first term. Okay, so that is the time this session must have been created, and we are doing this thing, and we are now trying to do this today. All right, so now you have to make sure that session has been created before you begin to move students to the next classes. All right, so let's go back to this area. So now what the next thing to understand is that move students to the next class sequentially, so that you don't clutter students around. Even if you made mistake to clutter them around, you can still individually or selectively move them. Okay, I will show you that in a short while. So let's say that this is the alumni. Okay, so you have to start moving from SS3 first of all, and then when you move SS3, they can now move SS2 to SS3. They can now move SS1 to SS2. They can now move JSS3 to SS1. I think that way sequentially, so that you don't get things cluttered. All right. Okay, so let's demonstrate that with SS3B, because we are seeing that we have SS2B here and we have SS3B here. Okay, so what I'm saying is that before you move SS2B to SS3B, move SS3B first to alumnus. Okay, all right, so let's begin. From here we're going to select SS3B. So I select SS3B because you want to move SS3B to alumnus. This means that they are done with their session, so they have to move to alumnus. All right, so when that loads up, the status, the option is selected. This is SS3B, showing the two students that are in SS3B. Okay, so let's say for example, if any of the students, if one of the students did not qualify to move, you select only one. But if all are qualified to move to alumnus, you select all. Okay, so but before you do that, make sure you also have selected where you are going to. So we are going to the alumnus, definitely. Okay, so look at that. You can see moving from, sorry about that, let it load up. Okay, you can see moving from, that's class you're moving from. which is SS3B, and then class you're moving to, which is alumnus. Alumnus means people that have graduated from an alma mater, okay, from their school. All right, so now you can now select everyone here. I've selected everybody. Now we need to click on this button, but before we do that, take note of what is here. We are moving everybody in SS3B to alumnus. So by the time I click this button, we are expected to see here 8. 8 will now this will now be 8 students in alumnus and 0 in SS3B. So you have clicked this button and wait and see the migration. So this happens and you say okay, and then it completes the movement. So look at that and see what happened. Look at that. So you have alumnus 8 and SS3B 0. So when you have cleared SS3B class, you can now move SS2B to SS3B. I see that. So how do you do that? Select SS2B now. So I'm selecting SS2B now. Allow the system to load up the option you selected, and the system loads it up in a short while. That's it. Okay, and then select SS3B from the moving class you're moving to. That's it, SS3B now. Okay, allow the system to load up. Okay, so it has loaded. So now you can see we have 3 students here selected for SS2B. So these 3 students, we're moving these 3 students to SS3B where there's 0 students there. Okay, so we want to move every student. If not all of them qualify, selectively select. Do a selective selection. Okay, don't select all of them, select only the ones you want to move. But in this case, I want to select all. Okay, and then click move. So I'm moving these 3 students to SS3B right now. And once that is done, you say okay to ensure that you authenticate that. Okay, so look at that. You can see that there's nobody now in SS2B, and those 3 students have been moved to SS3B now. I see that. So that way you are not cluttering things. The same thing now, SS3A, you can now move them to alumnus, and then also bring SS2A down to SS3A. Okay, so that's the way you do it, and you don't clutter things. Okay, this is just for total class migration. If it's only an individual you're migrating, you can do that individually by selecting just the individual or individuals you want to, or students or pupils you want to move. All right, so remember that there's still class management. This is class management. There's still subject management platform as well. And before we end this particular episode, let me show you quickly how to print out. Let's say we want to print out the students in SS3B right now. So you can scroll down to class generator, class Excel generator. So I click on, let me open it on a new tab instead, so you can see from that dimension. So that load up this way. Let me okay, if you load this way, look at that. So all you need is to scroll down to SS3 and look at that. So once you click on this button, you'll be able to print. You can see that. So this list of students, the reg number and everything about them has been printed in an Excel sheet that is downloadable. All right, I hope this session is helpful, was helpful, and you have taken something on it. I want you to ensure to see us in the next episode. Thank you and God bless.